Marsha, and this is my informative speech on how eating disorders affect the brain. Did you know that if you have an eating disorder, it could affect your brain? This speech will inform you on how they do. Eating disorders can affect a lot more than just your weight. Eating disorders are easy to get into, but hard to get out of. They can affect anyone. Men are less likely to have them, but have been known to acquire them. Eating disorders have some extreme death rates. They can also affect your brain, but first, here's a little background knowledge you will need to know to understand eating disorders. Anorexia simply means absence of appetite. Anorexia is 8 times more common in people who have relatives with the disorder. With this eating disorder, at least 15% to as much as 60% of normal body weight is lost. Someone with this disorder may have intense fear of gaining weight, even if they are underweight. People with anorexia nervosa think they look a different way than they do. Another type of anorexia nervosa is anorexia restrictors. These people reduce their weight by severe dieting. Anorexia bulimics maintain emancipation by purging. Although all of these are serious, the bulimic type imposes additional stress and is more damaging. The simple definition of an eating disorder is a compulsion in which the main problem is a person eats in a way which disturbs their physical health. Bulimia nervosa is often set off when people attempt restrictive diets and fail. After this happens, they react by binge eating. Binge eating is when someone consumes larger than normal amounts of food within a 2-hour period. After these people binge, they usually follow up with purging, vomiting, using anemias, or taking laxatives, diet pills, or drugs to reduce fluids. Some people also go to severe dieting, excessive exercise, or both. Others follow binging only with fasting and exercise. People who do this are considered to have non-purging bulimia. This is considered the bulimia nervosa cycle. In some cases, this condition can progress to anorexia. Most people with bulimia nervosa have a normal to high normal body weight, although it may change by more than 10 pounds because of this cycle. Death rates of people with eating disorders are high. Somebody with anorexia nervosa in their 20s have 18 times the risk of death compared to a healthy person of the same age. Having bulimia nearly doubles the risk of dying at a younger age. It is found that 20% of deaths among people with anorexia are from suicide. People with eating disorders have a significantly higher risk of dying prematurely. Most people overlook the fact that men have eating disorders too. Although men are less likely to be diagnosed at a young age, many men develop eating disorders. Fisher and Dazer compared males and females with anorexia and found that males display significantly more sexual anxieties than did females. Eating disorders are psychological problems that deal with obsession with food and weight. These disorders include extreme emotions, attitudes, and behaviors all about food and weight. Anorexia and bulimia can lead to development of OCD or obsessive compulsive disorder, depression, and anxiety. Eating disorders have serious physical consequences. They also have serious mental consequences. In 2005, researchers from the University of Pittsburgh reported that recovered anorexics showed an increased level of dopamine in the brain. Dopamine is a chemical involved in weight, feeding behaviors, reinforcement, and reward. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that helps control the brain's reward and pleasure centers. It can help regulate movement and emotional responses, and it allows us to see rewards and take action to move toward them. Also, women who have recovered from an eating disorder of any type show abnormal levels of serotonin. Serotonin plays a major role in the central nervous system, as well as in the general functioning of the body. There are many connections found in serotonin and bone metabolism, breast milk production, liver regeneration, and cell division. Serotonin also influences directly and indirectly the majority of brain cells. This neurotransmitter could possibly affect mood, social behavior, appetite, digestion, sleep, memory, sexual desire, and function. Both of these chemicals are closely tied to appetite, mood, and impulse control. All of these things are altered in people with eating disorders such as anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa. Cell Press Journal says that when we don't eat, hunger-inducing neurons in the brain start eating bits of themselves. An article in Science Daily indicates that there is a mechanism in the brain that activates when we are hungry. Some of the brain cells begin to consume each other in a process known as autophagy. While this is a normal function to alert us that we are hungry, it is a sign that the foods we consume are more importantly do not consume, have a direct link to how our brain operates. Regardless of all the diagnosis someone receives, many of the behaviors and symptoms associated with eating disorders in general have many psychological and physical health risks. Studies have proved that having an eating disorder can affect your brain. Eating disorders are not healthy and are certainly not good for you or your brain.